The year is 2009. The CS community is divided. You've got the Counter-Strike 1.6 players and the Counter-Strike Source players. Okay. It's quite the divide on completely opposite ends of the spectrum. But not to worry, because at Valve HQ, they had a plan.
Let's make the new Counter-Strike with the best combined features from 1.6 and Source into one new game.
Yeah, Alta bro, cuzzy in the buzzy. Fast forward 3 years and it appeared on the Steam homepage. The fans went wild. But there's more. It cost just $14.99. Players flocked to CSGO pre-orders in their masses. And meanwhile, at Valve HQ, they were cooking. The cinematic trailer for CSGO was ready to launch. It was an instant classic.
What's your problem, Greg? What is your problem?
It was so close, the players could almost taste it. August 21st, 2012. Christmas for Counter-Strike players. 1.6 and Source players alike were celebrating and getting ready to log in. And it was time. Anyway, after a couple of years of serious anticipation, players couldn't wait to jump in.
Yep. See ya. Holy shit!
And it was dreadful. Animations that could get you a blue badge for parking. Fully automatic tasers. Even this. Players were not happy. So Valve got to work. The devs desperately tried to get the game in a somewhat playable state. Meanwhile, in the boardroom, Gaben had an idea. He'd brought in the big guns. Nope, not that one. This one. Enter Yanis Varoufakis. Lil Bro was an economic genius, and he was about to pull out his trap card. It's now August the 14th, 2013. A new update is out, and players head to the update notes. The arms deal update? What's this? Weapon skins. The player base is outraged. However, this wasn't your traditional item store where you could buy skins and look cool. This was different, and the process was simple. Step 1. Run to Valve and give them your life savings. In return, you'll receive a case and some keys. You can then use this key to open the case, and in return, you'll receive a weapon skin. Sounds like gambling, but really, it's just surprise mechanics. But here's where it gets moderately interesting. Turns out, you can sell whatever you open from the case back for real money on the Steam community market. But first, no, this isn't a sponsor. At this point in time, the TF2 community already had hats, and they're spending money on them. And depending on rarity, sometimes hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Head, we're back to normal. Head! Scorching flames! Scorching flames! That's the flame!
Degenerate gamblers love it. You get a random item from a case, and rarity affects the value. But there's a twist. When you open a case, you have a small percentage chance of getting a hat. But then you have an even smaller percentage chance of getting an unusual effect on the hat, such as flames. This can drive the value up to crazy levels. So back to this guy. Remember how I told you he was an economic genius? Well, he is. He took the TF2 item concept and put it directly into Counter-Strike. Only a little bit more addictive. It was genius. Step 1. Open up a case. Step 2. Receive your skin. Knives are the most desirable skins, with an approximately 0.26% chance of drop. Delusional players think they've got a chance, so they jump in. With the hopes of winning big, they crack open a couple of cases. Won yourself an old lightning strike. Pretty rare. It's time to cash in. But wait, what's that? Is that damage? That's a minus $200 underpay. Unlucky. That's the genius of it. When you unbox a weapon, you have a random chance at getting a certain wear, from factory new, to field tested, to battle scarred, which consequently affects the value for investors. There's also pattern-based skins. We're not going to go too in-depth about these, but basically it gives you one in 1,000 chance of getting a unique pattern. We can leave that to the skin Andes.
And then here's pattern 99999. Oh my god! Full gold Yeti!
Tell me the pattern! Tell me the pattern! Tell me the pattern!
Yep, pattern skins can get pretty autistic. Anyway, moving on. Over the course of the next couple of years, Counter-Strike skins absolutely skyrocketed in price, as did the appearance of lots of casinos and third-party marketplaces, all registered in countries that have a high risk of money laundering. Valve knew they had to do something about this. Fast forward to September 27th, 2023. Yep, we all know how that one's going. So this brings us back to Valve HQ, and the devs are busy. They're being worked to the bone, pushing essential updates for the playbase, such as performance improvements, stability improvements, improvements to animation fidelity during demo playback, improving the clarity of stickers, improving scope and dot thickness. They were exhausted. But there was a problem. Skin thefts were on the rise. Valve HQ again. The gang realised they needed to do something to protect the player base, and this Chad knew exactly what. Gaben seen the dollar signs immediately. Traders, however, did not. The concept was simple. Skin stolen by a scammer, and Valve will give you it back. It was foolproof. This was known as the Trade Protection Update. Traders were still pretty confident it wouldn't affect the market. It was just a little bit of a delay to receive your payouts. The last thing peer-to-peer markets wanted was players selling items, receiving their money, and then using trade protection to get them back. So now, you had to wait 8 days to receive your payout after selling an item. You might be confused as to why this would be beneficial to Valve. It's not yet, but Valve's master plan is just on the horizon. It's October the 22nd, 2025. The skin-pumping millionaires decided to go to bed for the night. They were having dreams about what useless $20 skin they were going to pump tomorrow. At dawn of a new day, they fired up Steam and got ready to make some new pumping investments. A quick login, and they were ready to go. But what's this? Could it be? Retakes. A fan favourite from CSGO. The concept is simple. Crayon-eating Premiere enjoyers queue up to try and retake the bomb site from the other team. And that's about it. Regardless, players rush in to experience what an actual gameplay update from Valve feels like. After a few rounds of some serious neurodiverse enrichment, the players realised something. They hadn't actually checked the patch notes. Investors decided to take a look, and it wasn't pretty. At this point, it's kind of ironic that the update's called Retakes. This update wasn't about retaking a bomb site. It was about Valve retaking the market. Here's how it worked. Step 1. Take 5 red grade covert skins and shove them into a trade-up contract. Step 2. Here's those knives or gloves you ordered. Literally guaranteed. The market was fucking done. Remember how I said knives and gloves were really rare, with just a 0.26% drop chance? Well, unlucky, because now the brokies can throw 5 shit red skins into a trade-up. But there's a twist.
Welcome back. Many of us know what hoarding is, but what do we really know about why it happens?
Today, we're getting a closer look at the disease from the inside. These are images of homes in Hennepin County. Here you can see items stacked up covering the floor. There's no clear way through.
Remember that one weirdo from your friends list with 38,000 Starlight protectors? Well, he's now a millionaire.
Well, keep that fuck-ass little 20, boy. I don't give a damn.
On the 21st of October, they were $10 per unit. They're now $177 per unit, and still rising. It's the same story for every other garbage piece of shit red skin. The sad thing is, remember the millionaire on your friends list that unboxed that butterfly knife Gamma Doppler? That's an easy $20,000. But guess what? It's now minus 50% at $10,000.
What the hell no? Oh hell no! Whoa!
Unlucky. This is where the plan comes together. Let's rewind to October the 23rd, 2025. Brokies, like myself, log on to CS Float to buy some sick skins. But remember, CS Flow is a third-party marketplace, so when you buy an item from there, you have to wait 7 days before using it in a trade-up contract, because of, you know. Naturally, we jumped in to buy the Ruby Karambit Doppler from the Chinese panic sellers.
Damn, what is that, bro?
Time to investigate the panic sellers, selling this shit for peanuts. Chinese gambler, Steam level 0, 2 hours in CS2. This guy's a fucking idiot. And that's when it happens. You're playing with your brand new Karambit Ruby. And then, boom.
But it does contain the unstoppable Exodia.
Impossible!
Basically at this point, bros hit you with the CS2 edition of the Uno reverse card. For context, because of the update, knife values absolutely plummeted. This caused the equivalent of the stock market's Black Monday in the CS2 market, purely from people panic selling. Meanwhile, amidst the chaos, covert skin prices were going to the fucking moon. And for the final time, we're back at Valve HQ, where Chad's throwing a party. Remember that little seed he planted? It was calculated, and items sold on the Steam community market were not subject to the trade protection. So when players bought their red covert skins on the Steam market, they could trade them up immediately, whilst Valve took 15% commission on every item sale. They played us all like a damn fiddle.